KNOTNATION.
Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy. Freeform Dreadlocks, Not Nation is the discussion and the topic here today. I've been going back to my most viewed videos and giving updates on these artists. Yesterday's video we did Lil Wayne's Freeform Dreadlock update. Today we will be visiting Gunplay's Freeform Dreadlocks, giving a little update, seeing where he's at with his legendary freeform locks. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video and see what Gunplay is acting up at these days. And we know Gunplay for having the epic wick, or as we will call it, the epic Plika Polonica. See here in this photo that his lock is essentially one big dread that he just ties in a knot in the back of his car, in the back of his head. I was looking at the car as I said that because I love this electric vehicle. So we can see by the way that he pulls his hair back, the top of his head and the sides isn't even actually locked up so much anymore. He's kind of with that whole Lil Wayne scenario where the top is just kind of like shedded or fallen out of the dreads, but the majority of his locks is happening on the back of his head. Now we can see that his hair has been discolored quite a bit from the sun. And we can also see one big dread here that is super flat, super thick, that he uses to tie up his locks. Again, we can see here the way that his locks are tied up in one big bun at the back, and the top of his head doesn't really show that he's got any locks. It kind of looks cool. It kind of looks like he's got a fade, a low cut fade, but then he's got the dreads at the back still. This is Billion Berg in the background. He does have some epic freeform locks himself as well. But my thing here with Don Logan, Mr. Gunplay, is that he's gotten to the point of legendary status. Long hair, don't care, riding him until the wheels fall off. Gunplay never wears his hair down anymore. It's always in a constant state of being tied up in a dread bun. I feel like this photo is awesome. It's kind of like a double exposure. You can really see the shape of his locks, the silhouette of them in the back here. There's a picture of him and his dad. Gunplay showing that he is of mixed race. White dad and black mother. We can see the frizziness on the top of his head. And even the front hairline seems to be going back a little bit. And in this photo, we can't see any of his dreads at all. So if we were to check up on Gunplay here on this new video of them discussing COVID-19, we can see a few things about his hair up close here. Number one being he's got a lot of gray hair coming in. A lot of gray hair at the front, and we can see that he's still rocking that same dread bun. One thing I notice about his hair in this shot is that his big wick back here does have some white specks, white buildup, white debris. My guess is that this could be either hair follicle roots exposed and are looking white, or it's dandruff, or it's just flaky skin. I know that's kind of the same as dandruff, but either way, I feel like this could have been looked at before he went on interview here, because it does actually show up quite a bit. And I'm thinking, like, if that's showing up on the outside, I wonder what it's looking like on the inside of his lock. Another question comes to mind is how often does Gunplay wash his hair, and what is his washing regimen for a hair like this? Another question is, when will you wear your hair down? I want to see how it looks with your hair down. But definitely looking epic, and we can definitely looking really epic with his locks on the back of his head like that. So couldn't really find too many updates on his locks. I love the fact that his locks stay on top of his head in that dread bun without any hair ties. He's able to do it 100% natty. Maybe we can check on Instagram for some posts that are a lot more recent. Just a shame that his name, he's actually 41 years old. He's from El Paso, Texas. I mean, this seems like a pretty recent photo. where he's at these days with his dreadlocks. Definitely not showing the flakiness or the gray hair. What we can see on Gunplay's locks in this photo is that his hairline, pretty much from his sideburns, his earlobe, up to the top of his head, this is the area that is weakened, that has fallen out, kind of softened. So I would definitely say that there's no more dreads able to come back in this area, and the rest of his dreads are hanging on by this back portion of his locks here. Not really sure why his hair would end up doing this, but this photo here actually shows us with his hair down. Pretty rare shot, and you can see that it's pretty much one big dread all the way to the back of his head there. But it does look pretty fresh with the lineup that he gets done here. Maybe that is the root cause of his hair falling out at the front. His hair definitely looks very clumpy when it's not up in that dread bun. But his length definitely up there right now. And, you know, beginning stages of his locks when he was younger. So I mean, the dude's come a long way. Definitely worth checking out Gunplay and all the lock activity that he's been doing over the past year. I'm definitely a big fan of Gunplay's locks, riding up to the wheels fall off. Legendary dreadhead in the rap game these days. Let me know in the comments below what you guys feel about Gunplay's locks. What would you do? What would you do? What wouldn't you do about them? Just opinions in general is always appreciated here on the Knot Nation channel. So without further ado, I mean, I am here doing dread reviews, dreadlock updates, culture, live streams, keeping the content flowing here on the channel. So just doing my best to stay on top of the grind. If you guys feel like supporting the nation, there's links down below for merch. Always a good way to get some merch for yourself and get some dreadlock swag, at the same time bigging up the nation and keeping the dream alive. If you don't want to get merch, you can just always like this video, share it with a friend, subscribe if you're new. Any support is truly appreciated. But I'm gonna end this here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next dreadlock update. So until then, peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and I'll see you guys around. Now I'm gone.
Dreadlock Rasta.